And now, Knock 2 Studios presents Common Censored.
How come this seat is at such a low level? You know, I'm looking at him. He's got this stage rigged, folks.
No. But
that seat is a good six inches higher than my seat.
And so am I.
Huh? I see.
What were you like as a kid? What kind of childhood did you have?
Well, I had a good childhood, wonderful parents, really good parents, and it was a good, solid childhood, I'd say. Very normal in a lot of respects, but a very, very solid childhood.
Yeah.
From the standpoint of family, you know.
Are you a driven person? Did you jump out of bed in the morning
well,
and just...
I don't think of myself as driven. I'm fortunate. I don't need lots of sleep like some people, and some people don't. I don't need that. I would say that I'm somebody that enjoys what I do, and I enjoy it so much that perhaps I do it well. But I really enjoy what I do. I don't like to think of myself as driven. I don't like to think of myself really as ambitious. I just enjoy what I do.
What would it take, what kind of a hit would it take to get your attention where you would maybe need a drink? Where somebody came in and said, Don, we got some bad news. Woo! That's 7-Eleven in Akron. Well, what?
Hopefully, David, I wouldn't be in a position where I'd have to take that kind of...
I know that. I know. We're just pretending.
I just want to tell you that...
You act like you're running for something.
No.
What's the deal with you and Ed Koch? Is this an old irritation between the two of you, or is this something new?
No, it's really not. Ed Koch is a man who I've liked at some points in terms of... I have no objection to Ed except for one thing. He's not a very capable or competent mayor. He's done... He's done a bad, as most of you New Yorkers would probably know, he's done a pretty bad job running New York, and that hurts me and it hurts everybody. And when I see somebody that's not competent and he's running something, and something that I have really a big stake in, it bothers me, and I do something about it.
Are you speaking from a position of somebody who has a lot of really, really special interest in the city?
No, it's not I do have a special interest. I have a special interest in New York. New York City is a hot city. It's a great city. It's the greatest city in the world, according to many, and according you're here, and we're also here.
Right.
And I hate to see some of the things happening with New York that have happened under the Koch administration. So I hit him pretty hard in the book. But I hit him fairly in the book. I hit him very fairly.
Yeah.
Probably very hard in the book, but very fairly.
Is it kind of a pointless defense to say that this city is so big that it is actually unmanageable to a certain extent, and he's doing the best he can, sort of just tending it day to day?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I hope that's never a defense of anybody. I did the Woolman skating rink in 4 months for $2 million or $2.5 million. They started 7 years before that and were unable to build it. I think they spent something like $15 million.
This is a huge ice skating facility in Central Park, which the city was...
7 years. 7 years.
7 years, they could not get it open.
They could not build it,
yeah.
and we did it in 4 months. So, you know, you say, hey, it's big and everything else, and give them a little bit more time, but the fact is, that's a disgrace. The zoos are a disgrace. The subways, the schools. It's really, David, it's really management. It's management, it's competence, it's capability, it's just basic ability, and Ed Koch doesn't have it.
Yeah, but you're speaking again from the over-the-fence in private enterprise. He's trying to run a municipal administration.
It can be done.
You think it could be done?
Absolutely. By the right person, it could be done.
Yeah. Any thoughts? I mean, would you want to be mayor of this city?
No, I wouldn't want to be mayor. It'd run very well if I was mayor, but I would not want to be the mayor of New York.
And what about the, are people trying to draft you to run for president up in New Hampshire?
Well, I guess a lot of people want to see this country, it's a shame what's happening. Japan, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, everybody's taking advantage of the United States. People know that if certain people are running a country, that it won't happen. I mean, when you look at Japan, not paying for the defense, we're defending Japan. We're losing billions and billions of dollars. We're fighting for AIDS help and for farmers and for this and that. And it's a shame, and the Japanese folks, who I respect greatly, but they're not treating us fairly. They're really not treating us fairly. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, they're not paying us anything for the services we're rendering, and I think it's a disgrace. And I think people look at certain people, and maybe me, if I were in a position, this country, believe me, would not be ripped off like it is, and it is just being ripped off so badly by our so-called allies.
Yeah. So that's a pretty strong statement. So now, are you saying
I don't think it's strong. I think it's fair. And by the way, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese. I do a lot of business with the Japanese, and they smile about it too. They know it. The country is losing billions and billions of dollars to Japan, and we can't afford to lose. And it's a shame. It's
But
a
so
shame
now, are you saying this by way of indicating that you could do it better, and you do intend to run for president at some point?
No, I'm not going to run for president, but I think somebody...
Now, in 8 years, if you came back, would you have a different answer? In 4 years,
I tend to doubt it. I really tend to doubt it. But I just think that there's so many ways that this country can straighten itself out, and we're not going about those ways. Cutting farm aid is not the appropriate thing. Cutting help for the homeless and help for the poor and welfare... Certain things can be done that really will mean big dollars to this country, and those things are not being done right now.
Let me ask you one other question, because I know you have other appointments and stuff to get to. If you go to dinner and the bill is like, say, $25, how much of a tip would you throw down?
Well, you know, the way I feel about tips, if somebody does a super job, I give more than anyone. And if somebody does a lousy job, I probably give less than anybody. And that's the way I feel about life. Life should be, you should be rewarded for competence and capability and doing a job and having a smile on your face, maybe, if that's the case. And I'm a pretty good tipper when somebody's good, and I'm a pretty lousy tipper if somebody's not good. So that's the way it is.
But, you know, sitting here listening to this stuff, it seems to me you are dying to get to some public platform to superimpose those feelings upon the American awareness.
Well, maybe so, but I'm not. I would like to have the feelings known and let somebody else do it, and it can be done. If the ball's carried correctly, it can be done.
Yeah, but if you want something done right,
do it yourself.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Common Censored. Thanks for being here a little bit late today, even late at being late. So, pardon me for being late to the party today, but that was Trump 37 years ago? Is that possible? In 1987? Yeah, well, it was the year that I was born, and I'm 37 now, so it makes perfect sense. And he hasn't changed a bit. Hasn't changed a bit. Says all the exact same stuff he said back then, just change the countries that are ripping us off, you know, to the modern ones. And what a shocker. What a shocker. So it's not him who's changed, it's the media who used to love him that all changed. I just thought that was really good. Shout out to my friend Sean at Anderson Inc. for sending me that yesterday. I was like, man, I'm going to start the show up with that today. Welcome, all of you censored commoners. Thanks for joining us today. This is going to be episode 222, triple twos in the house. All kinds of crazy stuff, as usual, to talk about. A potential World War III trigger event, a phony Trump assassination attempt blamed on Iran to start World War III. Is that what's coming up? We've got the more DNC Day 3 antics. Secret Service members placed on leave following J13, RFK Jr. on jib jabs, and all kinds of good stuff to talk about today. Make sure to join us Monday through Friday as we cover all the crazy clown world clusterfuck chaos that is 2024. Use hashtag Common Censored and hashtag InfoInfantry when you share the show. Let us know you've shared so we can give you ranks and promotions in the branch of your choice in our info forces. Wendy Wild, good to see you, Wendy. Thanks for being here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Omega, Directive, Mama, Mac, Donna, 1437, Whiskey Peddler, The Outlaw Dogs, JJRSVL, Mandy, J. Lawson, I see you over there. Shout out and a happy birthday, actually, to JJR and Donna. You guys both have birthdays this week. I think my birthday was last Thursday. Lady Hamilton's birthday is around here sometime, too. Yeah, all kinds of birthdays with our show this week. So thanks again for being here, guys. Thank you to our new followers on Rumble. Appreciate all of you. Links to all the content we discussed today will be posted. It's your birthday today too, the Outlaw Dogs? No way. This can't be real. And Wendy's birthday is on Saturday? Man, happy birthday to everybody here. Apparently, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's getting out of control. But links to everything we cover will be pasted down in the description immediately following the broadcast. So if you're watching this later on and you need to maximize the efficiency of your time and energy, sorry for wasting all this time up front with the housekeeping type stuff. But you can click down there, find the topics that interest you. Mama Mac will be adding timestamps as well, so you'll be able to jump right to the topics that you are interested in. Big shout out to Mama Mac. If you want to support Mama Mac, head on over to alplama.com, your new herbal health guru, with tinctures to remedy any of the potential ailments from which you may be suffering. Okay, Donna, you got it. Donna! Not 1437. I won't say that part. Yeah, we're all Leos here. Lions, not sheep, baby. MAGA. That's right. That's right. So hit up alplama.com. It tastes bad, but so good for you. Alplama, yuck. And if you want to support our show directly, you can obviously hop on over to our link tree. Congratulations to Unique Prepping for winning a copy of one of our books last night in our contest. We'll be drawing the final winner of our 10-week-long book giveaway contest tomorrow. Make sure to check out Golden Cocoon EMF Products, for whom we are an affiliate. We really love their stuff. They make awesome EMF protection gear, beanies, blankets, hats, hoods, neck gaiters, scarves, a variety of different beanies, actually. Protect your brainium by wrapping your cranium in a modern tinfoil hat. And send us pictures when you get yours. We'll be the tinfoil hat gang, and we'll all show off our pictures of our modern high-tech tinfoil hats. So thanks in advance for everything and supporting us through our affiliate link. And you guys know what to do. Share the broadcast, etc. We'll read Rumble rants. Let's get on with the news following a brief disclaimer. Disclaimer. Views expressed on Common Censored are only opinions. Assume everything we say is false and research for yourself. We're not giving medical, legal, or financial advice. The only advice we are giving is think for yourself. Question authority. Think for yourself. Question authority. Boom! Bigots. All right, let's see what we got first on the list. Let's hop back over to Theo Vaughn for our first one. I got some funny clips from the whole interview yesterday. The first of which is actually they're both the same clip, just with a couple different people reacting. We got Theo talking with Trump about cocaine, about that nose candy. Let's take a look at this. Freaking hilarious. Whoop, let me pull up on
He
screen.
zagged in
Sorry
an
about
era
that.
where
Here we go.
Theo Vaughn, one of the guys who's been grinding the longest. When everyone zigs, he zags. In an era where everyone's trying to be the same, he is different, and it paid off with one of the greatest podcast moments ever. Donald Trump joining him on this past weekend with Theo teaching him all about cocaine.
Well, I would just do cocaine. That was really, yeah. So not just, yeah.
That's down and dirty, right?
Yeah, and this is, yeah. This, I mean, it was, yeah.
But you don't anymore?
No, I don't do
down
it
and
anymore,
dirty.
man, and I'm not doing
Is
it.
it too much? Too much to handle?
Some of the stuff started to get a real rattle in it, too. I don't know where we were even getting it from in this country, but yeah, it started to make me feel like I was a mechanic or
So
something.
the thing you go back to then is alcohol for the most part.
Right, yeah, but what I want probably is cocaine.
Is cocaine a stronger
Oh, yeah.
up?
Yeah. Cocaine
So,
will make
you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll be out on your own porch, you know, and
Yeah.
you'll be your own street lamp. You're freaking
And is that a good feeling? Well,
No,
it's a
horrible.
miserable.
Not since Sacha Baron Cohen has there been an interview this absurd with a person this important. Like, he does this shit all the time, but it's to people like us. Not telling Donald Trump you're going to get so high you become an owl, you become a lamppost on your own porch. It looked like an interview that was spliced together with different clips, except it was real. And Donald was loving every second of it. It was almost like when a lion meets a porcupine in the wild and they're like feeling each other out. They're like, I don't know what you are, but I respect you and I want to learn more about you. That was this interview.
Oh my God, that's so funny. We have Russell Brand reacting to the mechanic part. Mandy, I saw you laughed at that. Freaking hilarious. What the hell does he mean by that?
I would just do cocaine. That was really, yeah. So not just,
That's down and dirty, right?
yeah. And this is, yeah. This,
Down
I
and
mean, it
dirty.
was, yeah.
But you don't anymore?
No, I don't do it anymore, man. And I'm not doing
Is it too much? Too much to handle?
Some of the stuff started to get a real rattle in it too. I don't know where.
What does
we
that
were
mean?
Even getting it from in this country, but yeah, it started to make me feel like I was a mechanic or
So
something.
the thing you go back to then is alcohol for the most part.
Like, to go, what? You thought you was a mechanic? Like, if I was having a conversation with Theo Von, what do you mean you thought you were a mechanic? I'd really
I'm going to take a guess. He said there is a rattle. So maybe he's thinking about in terms of a mechanic, like trying to find the sound, the source of some kind of rattle going on in a car engine and like, what the hell's going on there? I don't know, man.
explore that. But I suppose the nature of this conversation is not that Donald Trump is going to investigate exactly what Theo Von means when he's talking about his experiences on coke.
Right. Yeah. But what I want probably is cocaine, but I know that if I have a drink, then it'll like, be like, okay, well, I had a drink, then I can do this.
Is cocaine a stronger
Oh yeah.
up?
Yeah. Cocaine
So,
will make
you're way up with cocaine
Starts
more than
grinding his
anything
teeth.
else you can think of.
cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying? You'll be out on your own porch, you know. You'll be your own street lamp. You're freaking.
And is that a good feeling? Well,
No,
it's a
horrible.
miserable feeling.
But you do it
As
anyway, just like the guy you're saying with the scotch.
Great time. We had the greatest economy in history. When I
Bro, too funny. Too funny. Theo Von, what a character. There's nobody like that dude, man. I've only seen like little clips here and there, but it's always hilarious. The shit that he says is just so out of left field. It's wild. You'll turn into an owl, man. Be your own street lamp. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, but I like it. It's hilarious. So check this out. Secret Service agents have been placed on leave after the Trump assassination attempt on J13. This was originally by Susan Crabtree over on Real Clear Wire. 3 weeks ago, acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe angrily pushed back on senators' calls to immediately fire or discipline key agents directly responsible for the security failures that led to the assassination attempt against former President Trump at last month's campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. That's right, he said nobody had been put on leave or anything at that time. Since that time, Secret Service leaders have placed several members of the Pittsburgh field office on administrative leave, according to 3 sources in the Secret Service community. Administrative leave occurs when a federal employee temporarily leaves their position and work duties, either because of a misconduct investigation or medical or mental health issue. These employees usually still receive pay and benefits, but those decisions are left to the discretion of the agency leadership. While these members of the Pittsburgh field office were placed on leave, a different set of agents, several assigned to Trump's permanent protective detail, are still on the job, providing Trump protection. The sources say they remain operational even though they were too deeply involved in devising the Butler rally's security plan. So I'm still not very confident in these people. Still not very confident. The differing treatment of the 2 teams is spurring internal dissension and speculation that the Pittsburgh office could bear the brunt of the serious security failures that day, even though there's plenty of blame to go around. So more about this if you guys want to read the full article, but you guys get the gist. They're only punishing certain people, letting others off the hook entirely. In other news that's related, there's been a manhunt going on today for a man who threatened to pop off at the Don during his border visit in Arizona today. This is the alleged suspect. A manhunt currently underway for a man who threatened to assassinate President Trump during his visit to the border in Arizona on Thursday. Ronald Lee Servud, 66, threatened to shoot Trump during his visit today. Arizona authorities say Servud is at large. Sorry for kind of stumbling over my words there. It makes me uncomfortable to say anything about shooting any type of, president or anything like that. Just reading the article, FBI's asshole, fuck you. Servud is described as a white male, 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, and wears glasses. Outstanding warrants in the state of Wisconsin for DUI, etc. Felony failure to register as a sex offender in Graham County, Arizona. So an unhinged dude, to say the least. Keep your eyes out if you're in Arizona looking for this guy. As Trump is, he was down there earlier and he made some announcements about new border policies. We'll get into that in a second. But take a look at this. He abruptly ended an interview with News Nation. Jones reporting over here, telling the reporter, they don't want me standing here. They don't want you standing here either, before quickly leaving. We're in danger, quote unquote. Jones saying, I've said it many times that before that July 13th wouldn't be the last attempt on Donald Trump's life. So he's still in danger. This is illustrated in at least part of this clip here. I think I have a shorter clip of the moment where he ends the interview. Let's check this out.
Sir, I do have one question here about the situation in this area. Obviously, an assassin tried to kill you.
Yeah,
The sheriff
Can I
right
tell
now?
you something?
Sure.
We're in danger standing here talking, so let's not talk any longer. No, I know about it, but they don't want me standing here. They don't want you standing here either. Have a good time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sir, I do have one question
Damn, so
here.
Secret Service doesn't want him standing there. Big shout out to Big As Life. Thanks for dropping a massive bomb over on Rumble Rants. Holy balls. In honor of everybody's birthday from Big As Life. Dropping $100 on the chat. Wow. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Happy birthday to everybody. Wow. Wow. Thanks, man. Your support is much appreciated, and it's always good to chat with you over in the chat. Thanks again for supporting the show. So, wow, man. Wow. And thanks again. Damn. Turning the chat red over there. Appreciate it. Lost my train of thought. So, just kind of crazy. We're in danger. He's got to abruptly end this
Obviously, an
interview.
assassin tried to kill you.
Yeah,
The sheriff
Can I
right
tell
now?
you something?
Sure.
We're in danger standing here talking, so let's not talk any longer. No, I know about it, but they don't want me standing here. They don't want you standing here either. Have a good time. Thank you very much.
Bro, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Let's see what we got next. Another video from Jones with an emergency warning. Actually, first, let's talk about the new border crime policies, since we were just talking about him being down at the border. DC Drano posted this one. Trump unveils new border crime policies. 10-year mandatory minimum sentence for anyone guilty of human smuggling. Mandatory life sentence for anyone guilty of child trafficking, LFG. Death penalty for anyone guilty of sex trafficking. Sounds good to me. Death penalty on major drug dealers and traffickers. You're bringing in the fentanyl. We put you on some spikes. How about that? Yeah. So, not bad ideas. Let's watch this clip.
Tough new sentences on illegal alien criminals. These include 10-year mandatory minimum sentence for anyone guilty of human smuggling, a guaranteed life sentence for anyone guilty of child trafficking, and a death penalty for anyone guilty of child or woman sex trafficking. We'll also impose the death penalty on major drug dealers and traffickers. In other countries, on their immigration papers, there is a statement that says, death for drug traffickers. Big letters, big bold letters, 10 times the size of everything else on the page. I saw it this morning. And those are the countries where they have no problem with drugs. Many of them, actually. We will also impose the death penalty for anyone killing our police, sheriffs, Border Patrol, ICE, or law enforcement officials. The death penalty with a quicker trial, not a trial that lasts for 15 years and everybody gets exhausted.
Speedy
We will liberate
trial.
our country from the illegal alien drug dealers, robbers, murderers, gang members, and child predators. And we will make America safe again for our citizens and make it greater, stronger, better, more beautiful than ever before. And I want to thank you all, and especially our 4 very special people.
Boom. So sounds like some pretty good ideas. Let me know in the chat what you think about those updates for policy ideas. Death penalty for people guilty of sex trafficking and big drug dealers. We don't want anybody going to getting death penalty for peddling cannabis or anything like that. But fentanyl, highly deadly stuff. You play with fire, you get burned. That's what I'm saying. So kind of like that. Pretty good idea, especially if they're, bringing it in from over the border. Let's jump over to our next one. Alex Jones issuing an emergency alert. Deep state planning to assassinate Trump and frame Iran, triggering World War III. Let's jump right into it.
With only 75 days left for the election and the deep state desperate, President Trump's life has never been in more danger, but not from Iran. The deep state is preparing another attempt on President Trump's life, and this time they're going to frame Iran for it.
Tim Pool's Gay Music. What's up? Good to see you.
InfoWars, tomorrow's news today.
This is an emergency alert. President Trump's life is in serious danger. The deep state already tried to kill him and failed on July 13th of this year, just 40-something days ago. And 2 days after it happened, I came out and said, the deep state is going to try again, and they're going to try to frame Iran. And now they are officially doing it. The big move is to hit them with a large truck bomb. Again, it's in the cards to use a small nuclear weapon and blame the Iranians. They'll be the fall guys. And then instantly, we're in full war with Russia. Instantly, the air raid sirens are going off. Instantly, life as you know it is over. And they're going to use the war to try to get Americans to, oh my God, we got hit by a nuke, Iran, with Russia, and then everybody's off the air except the corporate news. And then you're going to see all hell break loose because there are people inside all those corporate news organizations and inside the government that are our people. Everyone's going to know it's the deep state. They're not going to be able to blame it on Iran. That's who they're going to do it. That's who they're going to blame it on. And I know there's scenarios. And so it's not alarmist to say this. And I think we need to really get on the table out front to the globalists. We know your plans. We know your operations. We know your history. And again, what do they do to get the sympathy back or to change the subject? Some horrible event. And again, if their next assassination attempts fail, or they're unable to poison him, that's the default. They're going to try to poison him. And if they can't get a shooter in, and if they can't get a truck bomb in close enough, if they put the barricades far enough back in Milwaukee, they're going to wait till he's back in Mar-a-Lago or somewhere and roll a truck bomb in there, guaranteed, and say the Iranians did it. Now, that's just one example of dozens, just days after I predicted it. And then a few days after I predicted that, 4 days after he got grazed in Butler, Pennsylvania, the FBI came out and said, we have credible threats that the mullahs over in Iran, the Ayatollah, is trying to kill Trump and might have been involved. Oh, did the mullahs have the Secret Service stand down? Did they pull most of the security off? Did the mullahs have the Secret Service not point the man out on the roof for over 26 minutes or 90 minutes down below with a rangefinder? Now we know a rifle. Man, those mullahs have magical powers. So now there's an article in Newsmax, similar propaganda everywhere from conservative media we can trust, that, oh, absolutely, there's a big plot to kill Trump, and the Ayatollah wants him dead before the election. I wonder who else wants him dead before the election. And Trump really fell into this trap when Netanyahu spoke to Congress a few weeks ago and said the mullahs are going to try to kill Trump, and Trump said on Truth Social, well, if they kill me, destroy Iran.
They actually sent death squads. They sent death squads here to murder a former Secretary of State and a former National Security Advisor. And as we recently learned, they even brazenly threatened to assassinate President Trump.
Magic mullahs.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have Homeland Security, you have the whole DHS, FBI, Secret Service system, fingerprints all over the attempted assassination. The deep state wants Trump gone. And now Israel saying, well, if Trump gets killed, it's Iran's fault. And Trump goes, yeah, if I get killed, blow up Iran. President Trump, you're digging your own grave, inviting the deep state to kill you so they can attack Iran, keep you out of office, and clamp down on the American people. This is absolutely insane. And it's not like I'm pointing this out now. I pointed it out before they even put out their propaganda because I study them and I'm many steps ahead of them. Again, if I hadn't even predicted this days before they started this, and they came out and said this now, it's obvious that they weren't involved, the Iranians, the attempted assassination of Trump back in July. But the fact that they're trying to sell this right now is very, very extremely ominous and dangerous.
And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months.
Yep, let's skip to his update. He also released one saying globalists plotting to assassinate Trump and blame Iran, triggering massive war and martial law at home.
Going to try again.
It could put us
Trump
on
walked
lockdown
to the
here.
trap on Truth Social. This is the reality of where we are. This is what's happening.
Iran rejecting the accusations that it was involved in plots to assassinate Trump. It could be completely fomented just to start this conflict that they need.
Right now. They think you're stupid. They're putting out the cover story. They're going to try again. Trump walked to the trap on Truth Social saying if he's killed, blow Iran up. Trump needs to get ahead of this. It was not Iran tried to kill him. It was not Iran had the security stand down. It was the deep state, and all that evidence is mounting. So please pray for President Trump, pray for America, understand the danger of this, because again, they killed Trump, the deep state kills Trump, they blame Iran, they start striking Iran with a full bombardment. Then Iran will activate its sleeper cells and we go to World War III.
Yep, we got sleepers all over this country, just waiting to be activated. So check out the rest of both of these videos when you get a chance. Links will be in the description. Let's jump to our next topic, because we got to keep it moving. Nick Sortor posting this. Breaking, President Trump just announced a special guest will be joining him tomorrow at his Arizona rally. I'm sure you guys can guess who it is. Probably RFK Jr. Teaser seems to feature a silhouette of RFK Jr., who's expected to drop out and endorse Trump. LFG. Join President Trump in Glendale, Arizona, featuring a special guest. Get tickets at DonaldJTrump.com. Boom! Media advisory, special guest to join President Donald J. Trump at Glendale, Arizona rally. President Donald J. Trump, 45th, 46th, and 47th President of the United States of America, and Turning Point Action to hold a rally in Glendale, Arizona on Friday, August 23rd. 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. President Trump will be joined by a special guest as he delivers remarks about his about his America First policies and his vision to lower inflation and the cost of living, secure the border, and make our cities safe again. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this. That's right, Omega. Resistance is futile. You must comply. The Borg trying to boss us around with their emissary Omega directive. We see you, Omega. We see you. Hilarious. Yeah, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow to see what happens with that. Looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll bring a lot of people over to MAGA and give us an astronomical lead above Mamala Heels Up herself after her coup to take the presidential nomination ticket at the DNC. Speaking of the DNC, let's check out some weirdness from yesterday at the DNC. Or maybe this was even today. Mystery item falls out of Pelosi's pants at the DNC convention. Did you guys see this? Christina Layla wrote this one over at Gateway Pundit. What fell out of Nancy Pelosi's pants? A mystery item. What verbiage to describe it. A mystery item fell out of Pelosi's pants Wednesday night as she walked out on stage at the DNC convention in Chicago. Was it toilet paper? Let's watch the video. We'll hop over to X, make it as big as we can. And oh man, so gross. Oop, there it is. What the hell is that, man? All right. Right down here. Left foot, boop, drops right out. Looks like a square of toilet paper, or so, or maybe it's like a folded up piece of paper that had notes on it or something like that. It looks like two three-dimensional to be toilet paper. Mandy, a bottle of vodka, a whole bottle of vodka fell out of Nancy Pelosi's pants Wednesday at the DNC. Yeah, it could be some kind of note card or something, but. Hilarious nonetheless. We don't even know if it fell out of her pants. It may have fallen out of her jacket or something and just slid down the side of her. We need an additional camera angle to know for sure if it actually fell out of her pants. Nonetheless, hilarious. Freaking honestly gross. Oh, yeah, LMAO, she felt it too. Look at her looking back. Yeah, she did look back to see what it is. Looks too three-dimensional to be toilet paper to me. Now that I'm seeing it at this scale. But hilarious nonetheless. A good way to kick off our review of the top 10 most embarrassing moments of the DNC. Day 3 from the Vigilant Fox, who's doing a great job putting together these lists every day. Shout out to @VigilantFox. Make sure you guys subscribe over on X to the Vigilant Fox. They brought in celebrities to save the day, but what actually happened was downright hilarious. Thread number 10. Oprah Winfrey says childless cat lady, and CNN cuts to a random woman in the crowd who had no idea it was coming. I didn't know CNN was that savage. Oh man, hilarious. Let's
We
look.
just try to do the best we can to save them. And if the place happens to belong to a childless cat lady, we just try to
Bro. They did her dirty there. Oh, was it a Toxoplasmosis gondii, that the cat poop parasite that crazy cat ladies get infected with, and it makes you worship the cat and want to protect the cat at all costs and everything. And pretty weird stuff. Number 9, Tim Walz says with straight face, leaders don't spend all day insulting people and blaming others. Leaders do the work. That's odd. Trump hasn't been in office for 3.5 years, and the Democrats blame him still for everything.
Leaders don't spend all day insulting people and blaming others. Leaders do the work.
That itself sounds like a veiled, insult at Trump. So you're making a claim, but you're simultaneously insulting the guy who you're complaining about him insulting people. So good job, I guess, at being an idiot.
So I don't know about you. I'm ready to turn the page on these guys. So go ahead. Say it with me. We're not going back.
That's fine. We'll deport you. You don't need to come back. We'll deport your ass. Number 8, Mike Lindell in disguise without a mustache trolls Harry Sisson. That's right. He shaved his mustache after having it for 30 years, his iconic mustache, so that he could sneak in wearing a fedora, which is pretty good disguise, until he starts talking. Imagine that nobody really recognized him, and apparently that's the case. They only recognized him once he started talking with his Mike Lindell voice. Even here he is trolling Harry Sisson, asking him if he's gotten his vasectomy yet. Let's take a look.
Actually, inside the building. I have a question. How does it feel to support a convicted felon? Hey, no, look at this, guys. See how they attack here? Look at they're attacking me on the war room. A proven sexual abuser. A proven sexual abuser. Convicted felon.
Harry Sisson, have you gotten your vasectomy yet? I think that's what the audience wants to know.
You got your vasectomy yet? Did you get your vasectomy? Were you aborted? Did your mom get your I prayed for you that your mom did not abort you. I hope that you don't. Actually, inside.
So we're not going to endorse the abortions going on at the DNC, but I'm going to endorse the vasectomies. Go ahead, take preemptive action and save the gene pool from from having you replicated, lefties. Ooh, man, we might have a chance here. They're doing us a favor. Oh man, crazy. Yeah, make sure to subscribe to Vigilant Fox. Hit that follow button on X. Number 7, the completely oblivious DNC crowd cheers as Bill Clinton brags about being younger than Trump. Biden, 81, was their guy just 4 weeks ago. How old is Clinton? He looks way worse than Trump. I would have thought he was mad older.
2 days ago, I turned 78.
2 days ago, I turned 78.
Oldest man in my family for 4 generations.
Ugh.
And the only personal vanity I want to assert is I'm still younger than Donald Trump.
And you sound 100 years older with your old man voice, Bill. So, you give a little, you take a little here. Number 6, CNN panelist openly questions how Bill Clinton can make these kind of stages when the American people know a lot of other things about him. Let's see what's going on here. Scott Jennings, the most based dude on CNN.
Bill Clinton makes me think about my dad in Western Kentucky. When I was growing up out there, my dad and all the other guys like my dad, blue-collar guys, they love Bill Clinton. Mm-hmm. All Clinton guys. And now, my dad and every single one of them that I know, all Donald Trump guys. And when I see him come out here tonight and I think about the audience in this convention, I think the Democratic Party did once have a bunch of people who Bill Clinton would appeal to. I think they're gone. I think the people who, the blue-collar labor piece of the Democratic Party that propelled Bill Clinton in the 90s has completely and totally migrated over to Donald Trump. And so I wonder about the younger audience and how they view somebody like Bill Clinton today, because he's not a blue-collar hero to them. They know a lot of other things about him that, frankly, make me wonder how in the world he still makes these kinds of stages, to be honest. Bill Clinton makes me.
How do they allow this guy, Scott Jennings,
Bill Clinton
on CNN? Yeah, Scott Jennings. This dude is awesome, man. He's done some real good stuff over there recently. It's surprising that he's there at all. Natron in the house. Good to see you, bro. Boom. Hope you're having a kick-ass week, man. Natron 248. You the man, brother. The man. Let's see what we got next. Number 5, DNC chooses the wrong person to deliver this line. As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, then you're on the menu.
As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. So Gen Z, let's, as the saying goes.
I'm not going to be mean, guys. Not going to be mean. Number 4, Chris Cuomo unexpectedly calls out the hypocrisy at the DNC. Those suites start at $500K. Those boxes are filled with the same people that say they're going to regulate. Yeah, like Trump calling out the people that booed when he criticized Jeb Bush on stage. That's just his donors. That's just his donors.
A big theme here at the DNC is that they're going to go after corporate gouging. And they're going to go after corporations, whether it's in taxes, largesse, loopholes. The RNC, we heard the same thing. They're going after the elites, the 2 sets of rules. Let me reveal a reality to you that has to be spoken to here, okay? These are the soldiers. These are the men and the women that go back to their constituencies and their communities, and they fight. They take time from their jobs. They take time from their families. Republicans and Democrats alike, that's what they do.
D. Bergfeld. Hope you're having a good week, D. Thanks so much for being here. Let me know how you're doing. So shoot me a message later.
They need to charge these people up. They need to be able to get them on board. But there's another reality that is literally looking down on them. Greg, look at the ring of suites, okay? This is not unique to Democrats. There is a game of money. When people talk about uniparty, we are strangled by the money reality in our politics. Those suites start at 500 grand. You think there's like a teacher group up in there? You think it's like the Cub Scouts of Columbia County, South Carolina, that's up in those boxes? Some of them are lobbies and good things. The media boxes, you think they're free? Why do you think I'm on the floor? News Nation is not a broke company. Nexstar is a massive organization. We are corporate media. We don't have one of those boxes because that's the game. You pay to play. Those boxes are filled with the same people that they say they're going to regulate. They are literally looking down on the faithful and being told, yeah, we're going to break down on them. We're going to make them pay their share. They paid $500, $700, $1 million, $1.5 million to have those seats. They get hotel suites that are probably gifted to the party. And the same thing is true at the Republican side. And they're going to take them down. They're going to change how it is. They are looking down from on high at the people who make the difference in their communities. And that is the reality of politics. And I had my producer walk around and show you those suites. Now, they're not all the same. They're not all the same. But the reality is, in 2000, they spent $300 million on presidential campaigns. 24 years later, you know what they're expected to spend? $10 billion. Do you know how much money Harris has raised in the last couple of weeks? Hundreds of millions. And that's success. A lot of it's small donor, a lot of it isn't. The most dangerous money in politics is now legal money because of Citizens United. You've got to know this. The idea that they can fight against it is almost laughable. It's almost laughable. So look and listen when you are told these things. Because I don't care what they promise you. Not here tonight, not at the RNC, not that Trump knows them, not that they don't own them. He did one of the biggest fundraisers I've ever heard of in my life out where I live. Millions of dollars a plate. That's the reality of politics.
What are you guys thinking about Fredo Cuomo these days, huh? Donna, still not a fan. It seems like he's trying to move in the right direction, but, you know, he can't be trusted. He's a Cuomo, unfortunately for him. Damn. Number 3, Biden-Harris Commerce Secretary goes into full denial mode when she's confronted with damning data that reveals nearly 1 million of the jobs the administration created don't actually exist. I'm not familiar with that. We talked about this story yesterday. And just like that, poof, the jobs they created are gone. They didn't actually create them. They're just gaslighting the public as they intentionally destroy the economy in a controlled implosion.
When you hear that, do you potentially think that this new numbers could be a liability for this campaign?
No, when I hear that, first of all, I don't believe it because I've never heard Donald Trump say anything truthful.
It is, though, from the Bureau of Labor.
I'm not familiar with that.
When you hear that, do you...
These people are total losers. I've never heard Donald Trump say anything truthful. Yeah, sure, lady. Sure. Number 2, CNN admits on air that Democrat men are a bunch of low-T soy boys. Dana Bash says Tim Walz and Doug Emhoff, quote, can speak to men out there who might not be the testosterone-laden, gun-toting guy. Basically calling you a bunch of soy boy gets
very different female candidates, but they are doing so in trying to put forward male figures, Tim Walz being one of them, Doug Emhoff last night, who can speak to men out there who might not be the sort of testosterone-laden, gun-toting kind of guy who wants to listen to Hulk Hogan and the kind of players that came out of the RNC, or might want to listen to that, but all.
So they're targeting the beta male cucks, basically. Hilarious. Number 1, resurfaced video reveals the Texas sheriff who just, quote, endorsed Kamala at the DNC was urging her and Biden to fix the border crisis in 2022, going on TV, basically crying, begging for help. And now he's like, they've done so much. Kamala's, all she's done is help with the border for years and years. It's ridiculous. Look at this clown and he's like playing a character with the Texas hat, trying to make it seem like Texas is Kamala now.
Now, Kamala, on the other hand, has been fighting border crime for years. She's gone down to Mexico and worked
exactly,
to stop
Omega.
the traffickers. And when the traffickers didn't stop, she put them in jail.
Tell us about what you are asking for. What are your needs?
Well, right now, thank you for having me, first off. Right now, what I'm asking for is for the president or a member of his administration that can make decisions to come down and talk to not just me, but at least 12 other Texas sheriffs from major counties in the state of Texas that are dealing with this issue.
Wouldn't surprise me, Bill Dozer.
Firsthand. So I'd like to see somebody from Washington come down here, get boots on the ground, get eyes on the issue at hand, and then talk to us, a bipartisan group of Texas sheriffs that are really taking a common sense approach because we have to.
Boom. Bill Dozer. He's a rainbow crusader, isn't he? Oh, wouldn't surprise me. Speaking of Bill Dozer is going to be going live at 9:30 Central Time tonight with his show at Bill Dozer 74 on Rumble. Make sure to go subscribe to Bill Dozer 74 on Rumble, and it's not a competition. So when he goes live, feel free to hop over there if you'd rather hang out with Bill than with us. Shout out to Bill doing great work on his channel. We've got a new placeholder video that he just uploaded today. I ain't giving you no tree fitty. I ain't giving you no tree fitty, Loch Ness Monster. Fuck yeah. Oh man, thanks for being here, Bill. Always good to see you. So let's see what we got next after the top 10. We got some more DNC related stuff. Jimmy Dore posting about the situation over there at Jimmy_Dore. What's weird is that they could fence in miles and miles of Chicago overnight, but couldn't do this at the Capitol for the January 6th protests, even though they had a month notice and that huge numbers of protests planned to be there from FBI infiltrators into those groups, and the Capitol Police Chief requested it and was denied. So he's reposting Midwestern Doctor. And it's actually a video of him. Since Biden was kicked out of the media, since Biden was kicked out, the media has tried to convince us everyone loves Kamala. Yet, as Jimmy Dore shows, she's so popular, quote unquote, that they needed to lock down Chicago to prevent mass protests against her. This is eerily reminiscent of a communist dystopia, where we're told at gunpoint to love the leader. While this sometimes occurs in the worst parts of the world, where the media continually hails the leader a shining light, but locks up anyone who criticizes them, I never expected to see it in America. Well, you haven't been looking, because they've already been doing this for decades. So it's not like this is a new development, a Midwestern Doctor. This has been going on the whole time. Since Jimmy grew up in Chicago, he is uniquely able to appreciate the scale of what the DNC did to present a pleasant facade of their convention to the world, and the world the oligarchs are rapidly trying to move us to. Let's take a look at some of this.
So here we are in Chicago. We are nowhere near the United Center or the McCormick Place. No, we're miles away. And do you see what they're doing? This is in the richest neighborhood in Chicago. This is the Gold Coast. Look, show them. Show what they're doing.
For real, Donna.
So imagine if they had this kind of urgency at the U.S.-Mexico border. Look, this whole street is shut off.
Oh my God.
Right here, close down.
All blocked out.
Jurgen McGroin.
Neighbors are,
Good to see ya. Hope you're having a good week.
This whole street is blocked out. Look at all the barriers.
Down there's the police.
We are nowhere near the Democratic convention. Nowhere near it. Let's keep walking. Come walk this way. You see this? They're fencing in the entire fucking neighborhood.
It's crazy, man.
They're fencing
walls
in the entire.
don't work.
This is unbelievable.
You know?
This is the richest neighborhood in Chicago. They're fencing the whole thing in.
So you guys get the gist. You can head over to Midwestern Doc to check this full video if you want. But they're locking it down, ladies and gentlemen, even though walls don't work and border fences. The DNC, somehow they magically work there, guys. How about this? Exclusive photos and videos. Street artist Sabo pays surprise visit to DNC convention. Uses his unconventional art to remind dishonest Dems America's not buying their propaganda. By Patty McMurray over at the Gateway Pundit. Let's check this out. This is pretty legendary. For decades, the revolutionary street artist Sabo has used his incredible artistic skills to deliver a clear message to the masses that exposes the lies and deceit of the woke, anti-American, anti-freedom left. How do we not already know about this guy? I've never heard of him. Exodus East, caution, falling airplanes. Oh, man. Stop Biden from sniffing little girls. Earlier this week, the incredibly talented Sabo headed to the sanctuary city of Chi-Town to deliver his countercultural message to the Democrats at their Marxist Democratic convention. Here's an example of his work. Stop, caution. Kamala's illegals be crossing here with knives and stealing women's purses and stabbing them and kidnapping little children. Oh, man. This is some good stuff. 5 years ago, Sabo's handiwork was featured on TMZ, where the hosts appeared to get a big kick out of his remake of a billboard advertising the Once Upon a Time movie with Roman Polanski and Jeffrey Epstein. The name of the movie was reworked to show Once Upon a Time in Pedowood. Oh, man. Classic. Look at that. He hijacked a billboard. That's pretty good work there as well. Sabo gave the Gateway Pundit exclusive first access to the photos and videos he took as he prepared to plaster his incredible artwork around the sidewalks and streets leading into the DNC convention in Chicago. Here's Sabo getting ready in his hotel room for a long day of work. Fuck yeah. Gateway Pundit getting the inside deal here. America's badass street artist Sabo prepares to deliver his shock and awe campaign to radical Democrats attending the DNC convention in Chicago. 100% of Sabo's work is dependent on contributions from his supporters. securedonors.com/unsavory agents. That's securedonors.com/unsavory agents if you want to support Sabo. I'll add the link to the show notes over there. Let's check out this video of Sabo preparing to hit the streets in Chicago.
Okay.
This is like the Banksy of the right or something. It's fucking awesome. Getting ready to unleash hell on the demon rats. We got more footage of him preparing the adhesives for his artwork in his hotel room. He works on various mediums, but he's forced to adapt to his environment and make the most of his makeshift workspaces. So he's doing all kinds of preparation stuff in the hotel room. It's so good, man. The self-described cultural revolutionist. That's right. Politics is downstream from culture. If you want to listen to, Andrew Breitbart. So doing stuff on the street level at a cultural level is important for shifting politics, because politicians will shift as a result of the demands of the people, at least traditionally. While they have big sectors of social media doing their dirty work and programming the people, it could be reversed, at least to some degree. Nonetheless, he reminded attendees at the DNC convention who their party has become, with a powerful message at the bus stop used by Democrats who prayed at the altar of Barack and Michelle Obama, who accelerated the decline of their anti-Semitic party. I don't know about that. Let's see. Oh, man. Putting up posters. DNC 2024. I want Jew-hating, baby-killing, sexually confused, Marxist, communist, globalist, groomers, boomers, coomers, and Methodist unite. Savage. So savage. Oh, man. Here it is, if you guys didn't see it. I'll zoom in a little bit. These look like they're supposed to be there, so he's doing a really good job making these legit. Oh, man, so funny. So funny. Let's see what else we got. Over here, blacks must sit at the back of the bus. Kamala's migrants sit in the front. Holy hell. Oh, man, this dude is a total savage. Total savage. This is crazy. Wow. Because that is, there is a lot of tension right now between the black community and the migrants, the illegal immigrants over in Chicago. We had seen J.J. Carroll on Redacted talking about how a lot of blacks in Chicago are being displaced with the migrants being brought in, and he predicted war on the streets over there if it keeps going in that direction. So anything is possible. Look at this, another good one. Trump 2024, vote wisely. A full grocery cart compared to a homeless person's grocery cart with Kamala for president. Let's see this one. General Trump MacArthur facing off against the Lizard King of California. Hilarious. Facing off across the street from one another. Oh, this one is good too. Mohop action. He made you'll see. Oh God, it's so gross. Took that famous painting that was done of the Obamas and oh God, added a big schlong in there. Mohop people, foreskin. What? Oh man, gets crazier and crazier. Oh, eye aids. Sorry for the eye aids there. Let's see what's going on with this one. Delivering a message from Donald J. Trump to Communist Harris. Good one, Omega. Rosalina Parktheith. Rosalina Parktheith. Let's skip ahead a little bit and see what he puts up there. Trump with the double birds. This guy's awesome. Oh man. Corn Pop! Re-elect Corn Pop. One bad dude. One bad dude. Supreme. With Clarence Thomas with the laser eyes. Fucking gnarly. There's the stop sign we saw earlier. Stop Joe Biden from sniffing children. Fucking hilarious. Oh man. So good. So good. Ugh. Gross. This is, yeah, they made Kamala look white for their campaign poster here. Took away all of her ethnicity in some kind of weird whitewashing thing. Self-described cultural revolutionist takes aimed at the leftist street artist Shepard Fairey's creation. So it was Shepard Fairey that actually made the original. Shepard Fairey is the loser who did the Obama Hope poster. So maybe he did this one as well, and it's now been defaced by this guy, this cool guy. Man, that's funny. That's funny. Let's check in with RFK Jr. slamming hypocritical Democrats. Boom, let me grab the article. Got it. The DNC in Chicago is claiming to defend voting rights while spending millions to keep me off the ballot. Doesn't get more hypocritical than that, at least not much more. Let's check out what he's saying.
I thought it went really well. I mean, I shouldn't be here right now. The DNC is in Chicago talking about their commitment to voting rights. And while they're spending, tens, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars to keep me off the ballot.
Good idea, Mom Mac.
I was raised in the Democratic Party. My father, Robert Kennedy, my uncle John Kennedy, at a time when the primary thrust of the Democratic Party in that era was to make sure that every American could vote. There were people in our country who were being denied the right to vote, and that every American could vote for the person they wanted. There's 1 million people in this country who signed petitions trying to get me on the ballot. 145,000 at least people here in New York State who say they want to see me on the ballot. Why is the Democratic Party trying to disenfranchise those people? What's happened to the party? I don't think my father would recognize this party, and I don't think my uncle would recognize this party.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, the Democrats don't like democracy. It's all a manipulation. Shout out to Lady Hamilton Art and Tri-Stater 72. Good to see you guys. Make sure to subscribe to JJRSVL on Rumble and Lady Hamilton Art on Rumble as well. And another happy birthday to Donna, JJRSVL, and the Outlaw Dogs all today. Happy birthday, guys. Thanks for choosing to spend time on your birthday with us here at Common Censored. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully. Let's see what we got next. We have some more DNC Mohop action. We just showed that piece by the artist who defaced Shepard Fairey's Obama portrait. Well, look at this one. Il Donaldo Trumpo over here at Papi Trumpo posted this one. Wait, what? What? This is a pretty good one, too. Some more Mohop action with some Obama AI.
Now, some people say that Donald Trump is a big man, if you know what I mean. But let me tell you something. My husband, Big Mike, has a bigger penis than Donald Trump will ever have. Now, some people say that...
Glad you're having a good time. Big ass life. Thanks for dropping a massive bomb on the Rumble Rants earlier, brother. Let's jump over to some Clinton AI too as well from Il Donaldo Trumpo at Papi Trumpo. Who did this?
And sure, I went to Jeffrey Epstein Island 27 times. It was fun as hell, the time of my life, but then Hillary killed him and I couldn't go anymore. So now I'm stuck with this bitch,
So savage. There was speculation earlier that that George Bush was going to show up at the DNC. Did that happen? Anybody have any updates on this? Dom Luker, breaker of narratives, posting breaking news. Don Lemon just announced that his sources told him that George Bush, Beyonce, and Taylor Swift will be at the DNC in Chicago today if they have a special guest. It is worth noting that George Bush hasn't been to a single RNC for Donald Trump because he's part of the Unibirdie. The Uniparty, two wings on the same bird. I said Unibirdie. I'm an idiot. Let's check out this clip from Don Lemon. Sorry, I thought this was on screen as I was reading it before. Let's check out Don Lemon.
I'm sure you guys have read all the headlines, all the stuff on social media about who's going to be at the DNC. Is it going to be Beyonce? Is it going to be Taylor Swift? Here's what I hear from sources. If it's going to be anyone, it would be Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and George W. Bush speaking. Those would be the heavy hitters
of evil.
And it could happen. I'm just saying.
Ugh. Don Lemon looks like he aged 15 years in the past 9 months. Looks like somebody stuck him in a microwave and then forgot to collect him afterwards. They say black don't crack, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Feigen posted this one at the Feigen _ bot farm. This is how fake news and fake followers are spread. You guys ever see videos of bot farms before? Take a look at this. These shady bastards. That's everybody that follows me on Twitter is just on that wall there. Just a bunch of fake Chinese women. They always follow me. It's always a woman with her back to the camera. You can't see her at all. And then it's just like she follows 7,000 people and there's like 4 people that follow her. Clearly just bots. And then it's not only the bot farms that you got to worry about. It's also the botsterants. This looks like a robot-hosted restaurant. I think we might have played this a couple months ago, but nonetheless, creepy. I think that's actually a robot and not just a person pretending to be a robot. That means thank you. Man, mad creepy. Yeah, exactly. Tri-Standard 72. The robots they're making are creepy. It's this phenomenon called the uncanny valley effect. Let's do a little search real quick for the uncanny valley. Uncanny valley, Wikipedia, is a hypothesized psychological and aesthetic relation between an object's degree of resemblance to a human being and the emotional response to the object. So basically, when something is right on the verge of being human and it looks enough like a human to almost be human, but also just not enough where it's not human, it creates a feeling of revulsion in the observer that seems to be, what happens. The uncanny valley effect, it's called. Pretty cool. Let's jump over to something that's not pretty cool. Fox at Based 1717 posted this. Wow! Oh my God! One of the doctors that died in the plane crash just so happened to have a cure for cancer. Ooh, man! I think we're gonna have to end the YouTube broadcast before we continue with this. Sorry to anybody that's watching over on YouTube who may get stuck in limbo as a result if there's problems on Rumble. But Donna, if I don't tip the robot waitress, that's okay, right? Well, like Donald Trump said, it all depends on the server's attitude and everything, and they literally have no attitude. So there's no reason to tip them, Donna. It's perfectly fine. All right, here's the link to Rumble. If you guys are watching on YouTube, come join us where the water's warm, where we can speak freely. Sorry to have to ditch you. I know that D was stuck over there. Crazy B might be stuck over there too with some Rumble problems. So sorry about that. But we got to go over where we won't get banned at this point. So sorry to have to ditch you. Catch us on the flip side. We'll be back tomorrow for Friday's edition of Common Censored. Thanks for being here, and sorry to have to ditch you, but we got to do what we got to do. So until tomorrow,